Jai Hind everyone, welcome to the Patriotic IAS. We will start our session on the current affairs analysis, and in that we will take the major area that is relevant for the competitive examinations such as UPSC and state pieces. These are the major area. We will start with the this furor over the desecration of the Tipu portrait. So we will try to know about the Tipu Sultan and his Mysore kingdom and how it's faced the Britishers in the brief recap. Then we will start with the center facts checking rule that has been a challenge into the Supreme Court. So let's see what is the verdict that is going on. Just in under this news, we will try to see that what are the issue that has been challenged, that it violates, and for that it has been challenged. This will be the our focus area for this news. Then we will go for there has been the detailed analysis of the India-France strategic partnership. This is very important. This whole article is more than sufficient to write a very good answer on the India-France relationship. Already we have studied continuously in the news, so it will be a recap and some of the additional point we can get from this news article. So GS paper 2 international relation, that will be helpful. Then we will study the role of governor in the context of the what is going in the Tamil Nadu. There has been some of the comment from the governor of the Tamil Nadu. So we will try to study that what is the nature of this post and how those person who is going to acquire and on this post should behave. So we will see it under the Sarkaria Commission, what has been the some of the point that is expected by this commission, that those who are going to be governor, what should be the nature of their polity. After that, we will take this rising tension in the Korean peninsula. So we will study it into the context of the world history and the post-independence India, particular post-independence world order, not the India, it is the post-independence world order. Please be careful that world history after the World War II that has been shaped by the Cold War politics. So we will study that what has been the background of this, the tussle that is going in the Korean peninsula. And in the last, we will study that in the Indian internet shutdown. Now India has been considered as the capital for the internet shutdown. It has been criticized across the world for the curbing and restriction on the internet, as the internet has become a very integral part of the each of the person, even those who are at the lower economic level or the higher economic level, they are attached with this internet in a very significant manner. That's why it's also has been considered as the fundamental right under right to life, article 21. So we will try to study how this all is going on and what has been the government stand and the Supreme Court directions and the orders. So this will be today's topic for our analysis. So let's start with the first topic that we are going to take. This is the totally political news, nothing relevant that we can cover for UPSC perspective. We saw that there was the ED raid and Hemant Soren, the chief minister of Jharkhand, was not in the public domain for the two days, and after that, when he came, there was the ED again. ED take him for the questioning, and after that there was the arrest. He resigned before that, and there has been a declaration that this Champai Soren, he played very crucial role in the Jharkhand movement when for a separate state. So he is declared as the leader who could be the now chief minister. So yes, there is the Gyan Vapi that is in the news, and it is due to its judgment. The district court has given judgment that this mosque should be given for the worship as well. Allowed, the Hindus should be allowed in the there is some Vyas ka Tehkhana. Okay, so the basement area should be provided to the Hindus for the prayers. Hindu praise. So this is very controversial because this is seen as the same trend as it was with the Ram Janambhoomi. So here we should see that in the Ram Janambhoomi, why it was given to the for the construction of the temple, despite there was the place of worship act. So please remember this place of worship act that was discussed in the Ram Janambhoomi case as well, as it was held that yes, this is as per the constitutional spirit. So place of worship act, places of worship act 1991. So it was discussed, and what it says that whenever there is any monuments or any religious place which is of the view that there is some of the religious activity that is going on, and the character that it has on the 15th August 1947, because we enter into the republic, we enter into a nation, a state which doesn't have its own religion. It's treat each religion equals. So what's happened in the history doesn't matter. But now we will not let other thing controversy comes to the public domain, and it's caused the different tussle between the different community, because we are multi-diverse, multi-religious, multi-linguistic, multi-race. So lot of diversity is here in the India. So we will not allow. Ram Janambhoomi was allowed because there was actually it considered that it was the closed and there was no religious activity was going on, and that's why it was dealt in the different character. Okay, so here as per the claim from the Hindu priest appointed by the Vyas family had performed the daily rituals of the temple at this within the complex before 1993. This claim has been made. So why this claim has been made? To prove that what is the religious character of this place. Because as per this act, place of worship act, we keep whatever the religious character has been, to show that it has the Islamic character or it has the Hindu character. They are claiming that yes, there was the rituals and pujas were performed even before 1993, and it was means to prove that it is between. So this is the case. Let's see what is, and this judge has pronounced this judgment on the last day of his service. So this has become controversial that you are on the last day, why you pronounce such judgment? You should have been handed over it to some other judge who is going to take your place. Okay. So this is all about whatever the case. Let's see what's going on further. But yes, there should be the peace and harmony in the society. That should be the utmost priority. And this is the main thing about any society or any nation to prosper. We should focus on our well-being, the basic need of the people, without going to the tussle between each other, because it's caused a lot of to the society, as well as it's create a season on the minds of the people. Whatever, yes, there has been a lot of history that there was the temple that was destroyed. Yes, that took place the 500 back. Now we cannot do again because eye for eye is make whole world blind. This is the case. Okay. The next thing that you should see here, it is the RBI decision that scoped the payment wallet and FASTag inoperative. So this is going to bring the restriction on the Paytm, and particularly in its credit, its nature of the transaction. Yes, undertake the credit transaction, because they cannot provide the loan now and top up to the any customer account, such as you, for example, you top up your mobile phone to continue your services. So this services now it is going to be halt, as it cannot do for any of the services such as the prepaid instrument, wallet, FASTag, national common mobility. So this has been the decision of the RBI. But it has allowed that it can provide it allowed to credit any interest, cashback and a refund, and also allow the customer to use their balance whatever they have in any manner. So this has been provided. So this curve has been done because of the persistent non-compliance and the continued material supervision by the RBI, and they were continuously violating, and that's why this has been imposed. Next important news that is relevant for us is there is this is not relevant. This is just to for interest of what is going on in the Chandigarh. There were the elections and there was the 20 seats with the AAP and the Congress in combined, and 16 members with the BJP. But the BJP able to make the mayors, but they didn't, and that's why they are fighting. This is all about the next important news that is relevant is with respect to Tipu. And there is always ideological fight with the Tipu. Tipu sometimes projected at the Muslim ruler, created the atrocities on the Hindus, and yes, there is always this and that. But we just have to know that what is the historical background, what was the Mysore kingdom, and how there were the four wars. So just you should know these. Yes, let me show you. This was the Mysore. This is the Mysore at the initial stage. After four war, there was the war, Anglo-Mysore War. That was first. It was between the 1767 to 69. Okay, so let it right here. The first was between first Carnatic War was not Carnatic. The Mysore Anglo-Mysore War. It was between 1767 to 69. This was the first. Okay. Second was between 1780 to 84. It was here in both time. It was the Haidar Ali, his father of the Tipu Sultan. The third battle was between 1790 to 92. Okay. And fourth, that was the last, 1798, 99. In the 99, it was the over. So this was the case. Gradually, the reduction in the territory of the Mysore, and in the last, it was just the leftover part was there, and it was brought under the subsidiary alliance of the. And at that particular time, the Marathas were here, the Hyderabad was here, Travancore was here, and Carnatic was here. So there was the Marathas sometimes supported the Mysore against the Britishers. Sometimes they allied with the Britishers because they also wanted some of the territory. The Britishers gave them that they will get benefit if they will be with the Britishers with the territory. So they gave the territory, this territory to the Maratha, this territory to the Hyderabad. Look, this is the last part, and after that they also uh, taken this most of the territory under their control. Okay, so the first Mysore War, and what was the treaty after this? The Treaty of the Mysore after the first Carnatic War, and in this Mysore was dominating under the Haidar Ali, and that's why the Britishers have to agree with the whatever the condition posed by the Haidar Ali, and they agreed that they will provide their support and to the Haidar Ali whenever there will be the war. And the second war was due to the breach of this Treaty of Madras. Please remember Treaty of Madras, that was between the Mysore and the Britishers. 1769. Please remember. So when the Maratha attack in the 80s, 1780s, and there was the war between the Mysore, Britishers didn't support the Mysore. That's why it's resulted into the war between the British and the Mysore. Okay. Again, it was the Haidar Ali in the between. The Haidar Ali died due to the cancer, not due to the infighting, due to the cancer. So Tipu commanded that. Again, in this, mostly the Mysore was dominating, and after this, there was the treaty. What was the name of the treaty? Okay, so the name of the treaty was the Treaty of Mangalore. Okay, and after that, in the The third Mysore war, that was under the when the Tipu was the ruler, and at that particular time there was the defeat of the Mysore. Britishers were in the dominating position because the Marathas and Hyderabad both supported the Britishers, and under that most of the territory, half of the territories, Tipu have to cede to the Britishers, and also they were imposed with the 3 crore for the compensation. Are you getting 3 crores for the war? Now the 3 crores is the just the property price cost of the in the Delhi of one building. Okay, so it is 3 crore, but at that time it was the whole compensation amount for the Maratha and for the Mysore, and Tipu Sultan was not able to pay 3 crore, so he paid half, and for half he gave his his 2 children for the security sons. Okay, so at that particular time, you can imagine what is the value of the money. So value of the money changes. It could be the now the 5 trillion will be nothing maybe after the 50 years. So are you getting the before 50 years? There was lot of value of even the 50,000 crore. Now the 50,000 crore is given to the one ministry. So this, the value changes. This is all about. In the last, it was the, this, under this the treaty was the Treaty of Serengipattam. Okay. And in the last, the 1998-1999, the fourth Mysore war, under that this Tipu was died while he was defending his capital, Serengipattam. Okay, so this is all about, you should know about the basics of the Mysore and Mysore war. One of the famous quotation about this Tipu was given by this Tipu, and his rule was given by the Lieutenant Moore, the British officers. He said that whenever a person travels through a strange country, find it's well cultivated and the population with the industrial inhabitants and cities newly founded, prospering cities, and yes, so everything is flourishing in that particular kingdom. So what we conclude that it will be under the form of government congenial to the mind of the people. Okay, and this is a picture of the Tipu country. So this officers defined the kingdom of Tipu in such a manner. So this was the that was considered is respected as well as now on the condition of some of the ideology being opposed as well. Here there is the comment from the, this is of a bit political because it is from the opposition leader. So he is criticizing the government. So there is the conversation that is going on between the this writer, journalist, and the Congress leader P. Chidambaram. So the question was being asked that you are talking about the nothing structural reform has been done. But as per he mentioned that there has been the GST and there has been the insolvency and bankruptcy code was implemented. So his reply is that the GST was a bit it was unstable and it created a havoc in the system. It was not a smooth implementation. And beside that, this insolvency and bankruptcy code has been not impactful because less than 20% of the bank loan or the financial creditors dues being recovered through the IBC. IBC was formed so that whenever there is the stress loan, the loan that is not able to recover, means if you give loan to the some business and business failed, the company failed and do not able to pay the money back to the bank, so that loan is considered as a stress. So this company was made, this insolvency and bankruptcy code was made to help the companies to whatever you have left with, you should sold it out and you should pay the loan or by any way regenerate your business and the activity. So this has been the failed as per him. So the journalist is selling counter that the GDP growth has been consistently high. The government is talking about the 5 trillion economy. So his counter is that government is only talking about the growth but not talking about the increase in the per capita income. Yes, so the reality is that the gap between the richest top 1-2% and the bottom 50-60% has increased lot. So this matter, okay. Let's explain that what he want to tell here. Like imagine there is a village and 1,000 people are living here. Okay, 1,000 people are living here, and in 1,000, one is earning 1 lakh and others are earning 500. Okay. After 5 years, what happening? This 1 lakh is turning into the 5 lakh, and these people's income remain 5 to 600, and the overall growth has been means 12 lakh. Okay. So the growth of this person is growing in such a manner, but remaining those people in the majority, they are not getting that much, but overall growth will be very high, but it will not reflect in these people's growth. So this is main issue that Indian economy is facing, that personal income of the down, those who are at the bottom 50%, 60%, that is not increasing the way it is increasing for the uppers. And there is one conceptual thing we already discussed in the previous session, that V-shaped growth and K-shaped growth. So V-shaped growth talks about that there was the decline, so it was due to the COVID-19, and after that there is the tremendous increase in the growth. Okay, so this is for the all sector. In the economy there are 1,000 sectors, maybe it could be electricity, it could be textile, it could be pharmaceutical, okay, it could be coal, it could be petroleum, anything, lot of is there, everyone is growing, okay. But the key safe growth talk about, no, everything is not after decline, only few are growing and many are still in the decline side, okay. So the present government is talking there is no K safe, only V safe, everyone is growing, but as per the opposition leader, it is the K shape. Few have the growth, but many have the decline. So this is all about. Other is also there is the counter on the 5 trillion. He is saying that by anyway 5 trillion we would have been achieved, but the growth rate has been very slow. It would have been, if as per UPA government, it was the 8-9% growth rate. So it would have been achieved into the 2023 or 22, but now due to the slow growth rate we are going to achieve into the 27-28. So the rate is slow. So this is all about, this is a bit political overtone, but we just try to get clarity on what is the difference between the K shape and the V shape. This is very interesting news. Okay, C is the Swati Maliwas. She was the she was in the Women's Commission head in the Delhi State Women Right Commission head, and now she has been awarded with the Rajya Sabha seat. So she was taking oath, and after taking oath she said the Inqilab Zindabad. So it was being opposed by the speaker, not speaker, the chairman, the or vice president, Jagdish Dhankar. Okay, so he opposed that. Why you are telling this Inqilab Zindabad? That's why the opposition is talking about. She should have been, if she would have been a slogan with the Jai Shri Ram, there would have been not opposition. So yes, this is all about. Now this news is talking about the Bombay High Court delivers split verdict on what? It is on the fact checking rules. Okay, now the government has made a fact checking unit, and it will identify the fake, false and misleading information. So it was contested into the Supreme Court that this will curb the right to freedom of speech under 19(1), as well as it is against the 19(g) as well, the trade or profession, to right to practice trade and profession. So because government, it is very much subjective, that what is the, they are talking about the what government feel that this is correct information or incorrect information. Maybe there could be the criticism, it will tends to the curbing of the criticism of the government. If you will bring that, there will be the unit, and this unit will decide which content is fake, which content is true. So it is being done under the information technology guideline, digital media ethics amendment rule. So this has been done, and now there will be the body, and the name of the body will be fact checking unit. Okay, FCU, fact checking unit. So the question is that there could be the chances of misuse, and this platform, under this rule, there will be the, this body will check the fact, and they will ask this website platform such as the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram to delete this content. And if they do not delete, this safe harbor status of these platform will be removed, and now they will be punished. As per the safe harbor status, as per this, YouTube, Google, they are the platform where we put the information. Like I am making my video and I will put it on the YouTube, and whatever my mistake would be there, it would be not the YouTube have nothing to do with the whatever I speak. I will be punished for the my violation. If I will violate anything, I will be punished. Okay. So as per this, if they will not remove, after the fact checking unit will tell them, please remove my video, something is wrong in it, and if they will not remove, they will be punished. This safe harbor status provide the exemption from the punishment of the, if anyone else is putting content on their platform. They have nothing to do, they just have provided the platform. Are you getting that? So they now, after, if they will not delete, they will be punished under the, this safe harbor rule will be removed, and now whatever the case will be there, whatever the filing of the case against this content will be there, that will be on the Facebook and this platform. So this is all about, you should know about the safe harbor status. This is associated with the this website platform, and what is all about. So there was the two judge in this case. One was of the with the side of the government point of view, other was with the this petitioner who think that this will violate the article 19(1)(a). It is not as per the article 19(2). 19(2) provide the restriction on the freedom of speech and expression, whatever has been provided under the 19(a). These are the fundamental rights. Okay, so please be clear about this thing. Next relevant information that we will take is with respect to, yes, India-France relation. This India-France relation will start within the context of Prime Minister visit to the recently to the France, and there he was the chief guest of the France Bastille Day. So this was the case. Then we see that recent context, and after that there was the invitation to the US President Joe Biden for the to be guest of the Republic Day, but he shows his inability to join, and in that case it was the French President Macron who stepped in, and he accepted yes for the being chief guest, and that so the closeness between Indian President and French President and Indian Prime Minister. Okay, so some of the historical background that has been discussed here with respect to the India-France, that it was 1998 when the France President Jacques Chirac was the chief guest of the Republic Day in India, and that particular day he said that the India's exclusion from the global nuclear order was an anomaly that needed to be rectified. He says in the January, we take very seriously. Yes, our nuclear potential should be global nuclear order. We should be accepted. And if the globe is not going to do that, we will do that. In the July, in the May, we tested fire. So many nuclear weapons. Okay, in the Pokhran. So this is the India reaction very immediately. So yes, but yes, there was the, after this test, there was the ban, sanction, lot of economic and different type of the sanction on the India, but it was the France who come first to support India. Yes, initially France criticized, but very soon he comes out of that and he supported India's stand. And it was the France who was the first P5 country. P5 means permanent member of the UN Security Council. Those five members are the US, Russia, UK, France and China. Okay, so he was the first, it was the first country to support the India's claim for the permanent seat in the expanded and reformed United Nations Council. As we want expansion of the this United Nations Security Council, it is just 5 members who are the permanent. We want India to be included. We want it to be expand to 5 to 8 or 10, so that the countries like India, Japan, yes, so they can be entered, Brazil can be entered into that. Okay, there is the so much opposition as well. Beside that, you should know that it was the Japan who France who talks about the multipolarity with the India. It doesn't accept the this US hegemony and say US hegemony as the hyperpuissance. Hyperpuissance means hyperpower power of the US. Okay. Both France and India, we have the trait of the civilizational exceptionalism, and we respect the argumentative intellectualism. We try to make a condition in our countries where the intellectual debate and argumentation flourish. So this is talking about, and beside that, here it is talking about, yes, we have the originated the cooperation on the 3 major area. We started with the defense, space and nuclear power, not the nuclear weapon. Okay. So this was the initiation. Further we expanded the cooperation in the area of the counter-terrorism and cyber security and also intelligence sharing. Okay, and further now we have included this climate change reform in the multilateral development institution, multilateral development institutions such as the World Bank, IMF, because there is the domination of the US. We want the representation of the South, and in the South the India is a leader, so India's voice should be there. So France support us, global beneficial of the artificial intelligence, all this area where the we have the cooperation from the France, and we see in the defense area like the 6 Scorpion submarine. So whenever you remember the Rafale, that is the fighter jet, you should also remember this submarines where France has a support, and here it has transferred the technology as well. So please remember that. Okay. And beside that, we have the technology sharing memoranda of the understanding on acquisition of the short-range missile and radar equipment. Okay, so this is here. You should remember this Rafale was so much in the tussle, in the debate, opposition, and the government is that you must have been remembered that. Beside that, we have seen that the entering of the private company like the Tata Advanced System Limited and Airbus, they have entered, they will produce this H-125 civilian helicopter, as well as we already producing this C-295 military transport aircraft. So please remember that H-125 and C-295. There could be chances that UPSC can make 2 statements for these two sentences. Okay. So please remember that it is the Saffron, that is the Defense and Research Development Organization, and its gas turbine research establishment that is ready to provide 100% advanced technology here for the advanced medium combat aircraft that is we are making. And here we know that already we are using the engine of the a General Electric engine in the previous version of our this advanced medium combat aircraft. This is from the US. US has provided the license to produce it. Okay, the name of that this advanced medium combat aircraft is the Tejas Mk2 fighter aircraft. Now we want the recent technology, because this General Electric, this US company that is providing is the 1990 design. Now we want to the recent technology, so that we could make a powerful engine for this. So you should remember this cooperation in the area of the defense. Further, we have cooperation in the area of the space domain. It was started in 1960, but France didn't support it because of this ban, particularly on the export control. This was the regime that was brought in the West and the US, and that's why it was not that much fruitful. But recently we have seen that there is the memorandum of understanding that is signed, and the New Space India Limited, that is the branch of the Government of India company under the Department of Space and Commerce. This is the branch of the ISRO, and the French satellite, the launch company. Okay, so the collaboration is there. There could be the further development in the launch facility, as well as the co-development in the space aircraft, satellite, and the launch system. Okay. The challenge that we are facing in the some of area, particularly in the civilian and commercial area, that is not that much speedy. The thing is taking place, the speed is not that much as we want. The desired speed is not there, particularly in the area of the agriculture, environment, civil aviation, IT, telecom, underdevelopment, urban development, and the transportation, culture, and the tourism. These are the area where you have to, whenever in the answer you have to bring that the area where we need to focus India and the France, you can bring this area. Like in the agriculture, we want the precision technology from the France, as well as the environmentals. There is the so many technology. By that we can reduce the carbon emission. All these things is not taking that much speedy path that we want. So you should mention whenever you have to bring the area where we need to focus. Beside that, we should know that the what is the people to people exchange. Like we see that there is the huge increase in the number of the student in the Indian student in the France. Like it was the 3,000 a day back. Now it has reached to the 10,000, and it is expected that by the 2030 it will be the 30,000 student will be in the France itself. And France, there has been the provision of the Schengen visa. Schengen visa provide the entry of Indian people into the Schengen area. Schengen area, those 27 nations of the European nation that comes under the European Union. You should remember that UK doesn't come under this. And beside that, you should also remember that this is the short-term visa. They are for the 90 days or 180 days maximum. So please remember this. But this promote the tourism and people-to-people contact and business activity as well. And we have seen that there has been the young professional scheme that is in the operation under the migration and mobility partnership agreement between the India and France. And we have also seen that this University Grant Commission, it has allowed and it has amended the rule for the setting the foreign university into the India, and we have seen that Sorbonne University, that is the one of the top university that is there in the France from the 13th century, that is going to open its campus in India. We also saw that there has been the 100 French companies now in India, and out of these 39 thousand, these are the CAC company, means most influential benchmark performance in the French economy they have. And also the Indian business, 150 Indian businesses in the France. So these are the things, these are the facts you should remember whenever you have to write India-France relationship. Next important news that we will take with respect to the comment of the Tamil Nadu governor R.N. Ravi, and he has commented with respect to the Subhash Chandra Bose and Mahatma Gandhi, particularly indirectly in the context of that it was not the Quit India movement that caused the Indian independence. It is the INA revolt and the revolt from the army that expedite. Okay, that is true, but the thing is that on the post where you are, as per this writer, so you should not be making the personal comment of the different freedom fighters, because different freedom fighters have their own contribution. They never criticize each other, despite there was the difference between Mahatma Gandhi and the Subhash Chandra Bose. They respected each other. You should understand whenever you are going to make such comment. Okay. So here it was started that yes, Mr. Ravi has been reported that he was saying that this was not the Quit India movement, and it was the Azad Hind government and army in 1947, and the naval mutiny and Air Force rebellion that was the expedited. Okay, this is good, because this is also true that there was the expedition due to this revolt and the rebellion, and even it was seen in the conversation of then Prime Minister Clement Attlee and then acting governor of the Bengal. He said that yes, it was the minimal impact of the non-cooperation movement, but it was mainly the naval revolt and the Air Force rebellion, because it was the Indian army who provided the support for the existence and the sustenance of the British government in India, because they were, when they came, they were only 1 lakh, and they were commanding the crore of people, near about 20 crores of the people they were governing by the 1 lakh people. Why? Because the local people became their army and they supported. And when this support get back withdrawn, how they could have been sustained? They knew that. And after World War II, Second World War, there was the condition that they cannot repress, and the world was not ready to accept such repression. So that's why it was not possible to repress this revolt, and that's why it was the Indian army and their loyalty that was the main fuel for the sustenance of the British rule. Okay, but the writer is stating that yes, everyone accepted, even the all the leaders of the Congress and the different party at that particular time, they were ready to fight for this Indian National Army members when they were put to the trial. Yes, there was a trial. So many liars, not liars, lawyers. Okay, so many lawyers among them come together to defend these officers of the INA when they were brought to prosecution. For example, when these three members, Prem Kumar Sehgal, Gurbakh Singh Dhillon and Sahnawaz Khan, when they were put to the trial, there were the leading lawyers such as under the leadership of the Bhulabai Desai, and yes, those such as the Bahadur Sapru, Jawaharlal Nehru, Kailash Nath Katju, even the Muhammad Ali Jinnah came in the support of these, and they were ready to defend this member of INA. Okay, so everyone was agree, and it was very much accepted that yes, this was like the movement that we saw in the Jallianwala Bagh case 1990, when it made the foundation stone for the national struggle. Same manner, this revolt and rebellion put the case for the cause for the exit of the British in the 1947. Despite they wanted to, they don't have the desire to exit such a on the short duration time. They wanted to exit on the 1948, but due to this revolt, they tried to leave the India by the 47 itself. Okay. So he is talking about, whenever you are on such a post, governor's post, so you should have any opinion, but publicly you should not comment on such issues, and you should follow the Sarkaria Commission. Sarkaria Commission had mentioned few of the area where whenever the governor have to be, it have to be consider this. Okay, so what are the quality of the governor as per the Sarkaria Commission? He should be the eminent of in the some walk of the life. First thing is that he should be the person outside the state and no interest of the politics of the state. Beside that, even he should not be actively participate in the this politics, and it should not be in the recent past. Okay, so such precedence should not be of the active politics. So when you are entering into that post, that is considered as the linchpin between the state and the center, and you are showing the biasness, so there will be the tussle between these two government at the first at the center, second at the state. So it will become the functioning of the state government difficult. So yes, whenever there is the governor, it should be the consider that how he should behave. Next important news that we will take with respect to our UPSC syllabus is this rising tension in the Korean peninsula. So we have seen that in the context of recent comment this on the Supreme People's Assembly, the comment from the President of North Korea. He said that the goal of reunifying of the South Korea has rebranded the South Korea as an enemy state. Okay, so it has changed from the reunification goal to the now this South Korea as its the main enemy. So yes, this is that. Now it has quit all this objective of the Korean reunification, and yes, now there has been the frequent diversity in the missile tests. So all this has its origin into the Cold War. After the Second World War, this area, North Korea, South Korea, was in the Japan control, but due to the result, Japan was defeated. Now this Korean peninsula was divided between the Russia and the US, US and USSR. So USSR, the both made their ideology, imposed their ideology in the north area, south area, and made the ideological divide. Despite there is the cultural similarity, there is the similarity in the rituals, way of the living, everything is same in the north and south. There is no difference. There is the a common culture. But due to this ideological rift that is made, it resulted into the Korean War. So this is the first time the hot war of the Cold War. Hot war, Cold War means just you have to fight with the your verbal fight, not actually participating in the your attacking each other. It is just attack by your statements and sentence, your comments, but physical involvement was not. So this was the that's why the Cold War is the Cold War, because the Russia and USSR and US, they didn't fight with each other. So this was the Korean War, the first time that created this separation, and two countries now after that still are divided. There has been some of the attempt in the between to unify. For example, there was the attempt between the 1994 to the 2002, but it failed. And the biggest issue of this divide is that the nuclearization of the North Korea and denuclearization of the North Korea. So it has become the question a difficult task to denuclearize the North Korea, because North Korea this create the threat to the whole world, and now they have the. So the talk was between 1994 to 2002. It was the agreed framework under the US, but this North Korea came out of that, and it came out of the non-proliferation treaty in 2003, and after that in 2005 it tested its nuclear weapon, and by the 2009 all this talk between them for the denuclearization ended. Now the situation is that this North Korea has acquired the solid fuel missile, and this is the hypersonic warhead. This means that they are so much capable, they can break the defense system, nuclear defense system, all the defense system of the country, and this type of the missiles and warhead has with the very few countries like the US, Russia, China, India and Iran. They even developing this type of the weapon and warhead. Okay. So you should remember that this North Korea have the HAL 523 nuclear capable weapon, and that could reach to the US even. It has the potential of that much. Even this strategic missile vessel that is the capable of the attack in the submarine area. Okay, so this is threatening the whole system of the US, Japan and the South Korea. Okay, so this is creating more threat, not only the US, but yes, there is always the threat to the across the region in that particular area. We have seen there is the axis between the Russia China and North Korea, and there is the axis of the US, China and Japan, that is also creating the two polarity, and this system is persisting as here it has been mentioned. Further, it has mentioned that yes, that this recently we have seen the further alignment of this North Korea and Russia, and this Russia has promised for the further strengthening the space technology of the North Korea, and North Korea in the it is giving the weapons now to the Russia. Russia is involved in the Ukraine war and it's needed. So this is all about. This is the global politics that is resulting in such instability in the peninsula, Korean peninsula. Next important news is with respect to this Indian internet shutdown that has been seen in the context of the Jammu and Kashmir, Manipur. This has been become so common that whenever there is any event that is occurring and the government is going to resort on internet ban. So you should know that the what is the significance of internet that has become significant. This internet has so much become significant that they have the playing a crucial role in the information, entertainment, healthcare, education, livelihood platform to the member of the Indian society to interact each other. So this has become very crucial. In that case, the Anuradha Bhashin case in 2022, the government, the Supreme Court accepted that this is the part of the fundamental right under the Article 21. So this has become so crucial that this is now declared as the fundamental rights under the right to life. But the government has still doesn't have come with the any of the act with respect to that, and now the government is increased the frequency of imposing this internet ban. We have seen there has been the mention of the cases like in the 4 times it has been imposed into the 3 districts of the Kashmir, and also again many times in the Jammu and Kashmir and Manipur, and without any notification on the government website. Okay, so it has been suspended the service 5 separate occasion, 3 occasion again. So this has mentioned that a lot of time they are going with this violation of the this Supreme Court judgment, but there is no remedy for that. And it has mentioned that this is causing the impact on the economy as well. Whenever you do the shutdown of this internet, there is the people do not able to fulfill their livelihood actions. For example, here I am teaching and some of the student is studying with this internet, and if the internet will be shut down, everything will be halt, your study and yes, everything. So this is the impact in the present time, and beside that it harms the economy, it also harms the psychology, social and the journalistic. Okay, this has a lot of other area where its impact is expanding. It has mentioned that this article also mentioned that whenever there is the judgment from the Supreme Court, but if there is no rules, there will be the less awareness. For example, the government, the Supreme Court declared this section 16A of the information technology null and void. But still we saw that the police person in the UP and many other areas, they were arresting the people under the sections because they were not aware. Okay, so awareness is very important. In this case, Meghalaya government said that, the state government said that they didn't know about this judgment of Supreme Court under the Anuradha Bhashin case, and that's why they are not implementing such thing. It was came out of the RTI application. So this is the impact. Further, this government is talking that yes, there is actually whenever there is the internet ban, this is for the mobiles user and not for the total internet users. But the thing is that 97% of the users who use the mobile data and internet, only 3% who use the broadband internet, because it is the a bit costlier, and that's why it is saying that if you are doing that, you are harming more, because you are restricting the weaker section of the society who are not capable to afford that much internet by the broadband. So this is talking, internet is, this article is talking all about the how the internets play crucial role and how the government shouldn't do that. If it is doing, it should be the with region as per this judgment, that whenever you are going to restrict, there should be a clear cut region and you should have the proper order that should reflect on your website as well. Okay. So this is all about, you should know. Here we have covered most of the relevant area for the today's current affairs. We will conclude our session here. All the best. Thank you. Jai Hind.